Hail brothers and sisters, my name is Captain Meatshield and welcome back to Satisfactory. So, I've been trying to fix some things, a little bit. I've dealt with the bottom floor of the manufacturers. They are now completely away from any of the dunes, including the underbelly. It's all spaced properly, and I'm just happy with that. It's nice to have this bit looking correct at the very least. Need to put in all the output lines again, but that can happen later. I've done the spacing for the rest of the floors as well, but I still haven't kind of rebuilt everything with the rest of it. And I've done all, well, I say all, I've done like all the splitting for the iron ingots into the rods, and then all the merging and splitting into the screws, along with output belts for all of that. So things are coming along a little bit with regards to things here. We're slowly getting there. What we need to do now is get the screws and the iron plates into all of these, into the reinforced plate production. So this is going to be our next stage. And I haven't done an underbelly for this bit. Do I want one? Do I feel like I need one? So there's only 2 items. So we could maybe get away with not doing that. I don't know. I'm thinking I might not. Could work out fine. But, right, we need to set recipes on all of these. These and the manufacturers are pretty much the only things I haven't done the recipes for now. So, most of the tediousness is nearly done, which is nice. Because God knows there's going to be a lot of that going forward. Especially when it comes down to doing all the power lines. Ugh. That's one thing about these big projects. It's just all the faffing. Endless faffing. It's faff with no end. And that's just not on. I need to bring this out a little bit so that I can have a little more floor to work with. Actually, considering the spacing I've done on these, because I haven't given myself much room between these columns, it might be easier for me to do an underbelly with them, because anything that I do above, like on this floor, would be nowhere near as compact as running things underground or under the floor. So let's go grab some concrete, because we're going to need it. I'm going to dump all the stuff that I need for belting and everything here, so I don't have to run back and forth for it. Although, I have just had a thought. I'm not going to be able to bring the floor down above the smelters all that much. And I guess I wouldn't need to bring it down too far. Yeah, I forgot. Whoops. What might be easier would be just for me to space the assemblers an extra tile over. That's probably going to be the easier of the options. So I guess we'll do that instead. I've got to settle the bloody recipes again. Well, only on half of them. So it's not too bad. Right, there we go. And then that will give me a decent amount of room to do some fiddly belt nonsense. Which is everybody's favourite kind of nonsense in this, because it's pretty much the only kind of nonsense, or the main type of nonsense that goes on. Okay, so the actual logistics for these are going to be fairly easy, because each machine needs 30 iron plate and 60 screws. So that's going to work out quite nice, I reckon. What I think we'll do would be One of these funky little splitter jobs. If I can make sure that I get the spacing right on everything, because that's always the big problem. Yeah, that works. Now, I want to try and remember how I did that kind of weird split job that I did before. So you go in like that. Then we want another splitter in here. The Mark 1 belt there. Then there's going to be a Mark 2 lift on either side. And then we need a splitter in... yeah, about here. And then this wants to be a Mark 2 belt until we get to there. And then what I'm going to do for the screws, because it's 60 per machine, we'll just run a bus line all the way down here. That's in the wrong spot. Genius me, well done. Oh dear God. Ugh, having a stroke. Bames Non's having a stroke. Yeah, for the rest of it, we'll just feed Mark 1 belts into each machine, and they'll get perfectly fed. So that works fantastic. And that's going to be, what, 300 screws a minute? So we could run this on Mark 4 belt, which I don't have the materials for at the moment, so never fucking mind. Okay, that side pretty much done. Just got a little bit more stuff to do, just getting the screw inputs sorted. Then we can mirror that over this side. And I think all of this is done. Just about. Okay, now we've got to figure out where I'm going to get the main inputs in from. So this is going to be the dead center. Let's put a splitter in. No, there wouldn't be a point in putting a splitter in for the inputs on this. But what we could do would be bring that up through the roof. Let's see where this pokes out. Okay. That could work. Provided we could get the lift up through here, which we can. Ooh, that's nice. I need aluminium sheet. Where do I leave that? Down this way. Actually, I just remembered, this is going to be the input for the iron plate, not the screws. So that was a bit of a derp on my part. Let's pull this back a little bit. Because I'm going to want a splitter, say, here instead. I don't know. I've got to figure out where the screws are going to come in now. Because I don't think they're going to come through this part of the floor. Where could we go? I don't know just yet. Let me sort out this split business for the iron plate. So we need 300 going into this, so we'll use Mark 4 lift. Mark 4 belt. Yep, that's not quite straight. Right, I've got all the input lines sorted. I've just got to figure out where the screws are going to come down. I might put another splitter in just in here. And this can come over here. Plug in like that. Is that straight? That looks kind of wonky. No, that looks fine. Just my eyes being weird. Suppose when we spend this much time looking at conveyor belts, everything just starts to feel a bit odd. I know, I kind of like how this is all looking. Tricky bit is going to be getting everything else plugged into all of it. So, here we go. Ooh, okay. So this is our output line for the screws. Where do I want to bring you down? Okay, okay, I got a place. I have a spot. That spot is right here. Plug you in there. Then we have a Mark V lift coming down. And a Mark V belt. Come over here to plug in there. And that will feed screws into this. They'll split from 600 down to 300 on each side. And then, because of the way we've done the splitting going all the way down here, they'll all get fed 60 each. And that should all be funky hunky-dory. Now it's just the other lot. But I could do a similar thing over this side, I guess. Sort of, because that lift's really in the way. Maybe what I should have done would have been to put this pod in this space, because then it would also mirror really nicely, and it would look great, and that's always something that I enjoy. So, fuck it, we'll tear this lot down, make it aesthetically pleasing, and more convenient for the logistics. So, all in all, it's just going to be a better decision. Give me a minute. Okay, I got that sorted. The only thing left to do is plug in that belt there. And we're good. No, I don't need foundations, I need a Mark V belt. And at long last, screws are routed in. I've still got to route the actual iron ingots into the constructors. And now we've got to sort out all of this, which should be a bit easier because we can just run it all into a single belt, because it's 600 parts per minute maximum. So all of it can just run through on a single line, which will make the logistics a hell of a lot easier. So that's what we're going to do. We'll just run it all on the fastest belt so that the throughput doesn't struggle. And we just keep things moving as quick as possible. Ta-da! All of that has been belted together. That's not too bad. So yeah, the inputs from the smelters is now going to be the tricky bit. I'm going to sort out the mergers for all of this. Because once we've got this final set of stuff sorted, all we've got to do is... what's the output on all this going to be? How many do I need? It's 100 a minute in total. So Mark II belt for the whole lot is going to be more than enough. What was I saying? Yeah, once the like these logistics are done and I've got the smelters connected to everything, the main task after that is going to be belting through into the manufacturers and then just powering everything. Those are the last two hurdles, along with the train station, because we need to sort one of those out. Alright. That's outputs dealt with. So now let's have a look at getting rid of this box. You're full of concrete, so I don't need to worry about you for a moment. Get rid of these bits as well. I think most of the logistics of the smelters are all done. It's just dealing with the outputs. And then obviously plugging it all into the constructors. So for the iron plate I had 30. And then for the screws I had 10. So this is the 10 for the screws. So we'll merge all of this, bring it out this way. But where to elevate it all to? Big question. This is the wrong floor. This is the one for the iron plate. Yeah, I forgot the platform for the screws is so much bigger. Right. Okay, so 60 needs to go into that. 60 needs to go into that, so I'll bring a splitter into the middle, which I think would be here. Let's split you off that way, and then off that way. There's all this in relation to things. Alright, what we could do... stick a wall conveyor here. Probably stick a wall conveyor up on this bit as well, that might be helpful. So if I stick a splitter in about here... get that Mark IV to come out this way. And then take a Mark II, feed it over this side. Now I'm going to need another splitter in here. And because of the splits that I've done to reduce the amount on the belts, we can just split this 3 ways, because there'll be 180 left on it. And that can feed the rest of the setup. Absolutely no problem. That is superb. I'm really happy with that. That's nice and easy. What I will do to make sure that the throughput is correct, however, I'll just put a merger here, and we'll go Mark II belt through there, Mark I through here, because then that makes sure that there's 180 coming out of this merger. But we'll just bring the rest of it out on a Mark IV. Ooh, isn't it nice when things line up perfectly? Unlike this belt, which is just horrible. Okay, I guess that bit dealt with. Now it's just the iron plate. Whoosh! Hey! There we go. Now we've got a bit more of a problem with this one, because the number of iron ingots needed for the iron plate is 900. Which is more than the belts can sustain. So this is going to be producing 240. Oh no, let me have a look at the layout for what we've got upstairs. Maybe I can try and figure out something clever. Doubt it. So we're going to need 240 in here. 240 in this one. 240 in that one. 240 into that one. And then that's all of it. Feed that through there. So it's like between... oh, we got this one here. I don't know, have I got these numbers correct? How many constructors have I put down for the iron plate? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24, and then 30. Okay, yeah, I have put down the correct number. What have I done wrong here? Oh no, this needs to be fed with 180. Okay, let me take that away for a minute. Because what we could do, if we put a splitter in here, so I need 480 going into this splitter. That's a solid Mark IV belt. So what I could do would be run a line at, say, Mark V with as much on it as I can get, for the most part. And then prioritize this input, because then anything else that comes through can just come down and split off into all of this stuff. Because I'm going to need, what, 180, 420 to go onto this one. Nice. And I think, because of the belt speeds on these ones, it should split that all evenly. So what would it do if it tried to split 483 ways? It'd be 160. So yeah, these would be forced to maximum throughput, and then you'd have 180 going straight off to the end. So that should work fine. Cool. So I'll do a couple of wall conveyors here. And I guess we'll put a merger in this spot. It's only going to be 420 going the rest of the way, so we could just do this. Drag the rest out. I guess another Mark 5. Because as this belt, like, especially as soon as it gets to the splits, it should, like, even things out a little bit, hopefully. So then we need a couple of Mark 5 lifts coming down. And we can see about putting as much onto a single line as possible. So these three, or 6, would be 180. So I think if we do this full kind of column all the way down, feed that through on a Mark 5. If I've got the numbers correct, that should be 660 ingots a minute. And then everything else will feed in and top up on the merger. Should work out good. I'm running low on iron plate. I think I've got some more. Let me go and check. No, I don't. Okay, I need to go and grab some. Be right back. Right, that ought to do. I think the way this is set up, it should work nicely. So we've got 660, we're pulling off 480. Ooh, frame rate, come on. Ugh, here we go. So 660, that's going into a perfect split though, so... And that's going to be a bit of a bugger, so pulling off 480, that would leave the 180 that I need, I think. Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to do this a bit different. Feed that in like that. I'm going to try and play around with things down here a bit more. So I want a Mark 4 lift. That's the one. Is that a Mark 5? No, I said I could get away with a Mark 4 on all that, didn't I? So if I take these 6, if I take them off this line, and I feed them onto things here, this will get everything I need for the set at the back. And then we'll have 60, 120, 180, 240, doubled up, 480, which is exactly what we need for the other lot. So, yeah, why am I not doing things that way? Ah, things are so much easier when you fucking think about them. Okay, that is a much better way of doing things, and I'm a lot more happy with that. Whew. Okay, so the logistics from... I think all I've got to do now is plug the iron miners into the belts under here, because I've already sorted out the inputs on all of this. And that's all going to be coming in through 2 little holes in the wall over this way. So I just need to feed one miner into each of these. I think this one's split so that it balances things out. So we've got an awful lot of belt dragging to do from over there, along with the one for the copper as well. But from smelters up to constructors and then the assemblers, we've sorted all the copper and all of the iron. That's not bad. What have we got left? So I've got to plug the raw quartz into the quartz crystal constructors, but they're pretty much sorted, and then all we need to do is set things up with the manufacturers. So overall, that's not bad. Good progress is being made, and I just need to do a fuckload of rebuilding for all of this. But we're getting there. Yeah, I think another couple of episodes we should have this ready to go. Oh boy. Between episodes, I'll try and sort out all of the power connections and finish rebuilding all this, although it's not imperative that I get that done. Next episode, we'll look at doing all the main connections into this slot, and then maybe we can connect up the miners, see if we could fire things up then. I don't know, we'll see how we go. But for now, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, so I'll just say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out the playlist on the channel for more Let's Plays on metal covers, and give this video a like or a comment just to leave your thoughts. And if you wish to join the ever-growing ranks of the Order of the Shield, subscribe on YouTube, chuck me a follow over on Twitch, or maybe even consider checking out my Patreon and becoming an officer within the ranks. But thank you again for watching this video, and I'll catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off. Fucking fireworks and everything. I need a look at this.
Your portals.
Oh, hear me, he's having the time of his life.